Hey, how's it going? I'm Mitali. I'm mostly in the moment, and we're looking at the twin flame energies for the middle of June. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. It really means so much to me. It helps this channel out so much. So thank you so much for that. And with that, let's get started. Spirit already wants to start. What's going on for the twin flames this week? Oh, wow. The Devil in reverse. Okay, so this came out in the Divine Feminine's spot last week. And so we get the sense that the twin flames are pushing through whatever they need to push through, all the negative energies, all the negative thoughts, any doubts, any fears that they need to in order to come into union. I actually just got this message right before I sat down to do this reading that the Divine Masculine is actually fighting the last bit of fear before coming into physical contact, physical communication, face-to-face communication, or coming to the Divine Feminine in order to talk about something serious, talk about something important, talk about, moving up a level in the connection. So I just got that message. So that is very relevant that the Divine Feminines were feeling it a lot last week up until this week, and now I feel like the Divine Feminines are getting more confident, feeling a little bit more secure in this connection, secure in what's going on with this connection at this time. And now it's the Divine Masculine who is taking the lead in the physical, that is feeling that last bit of fear, a last bit of nervous energies before breaking through into some sort of physical contact. Wow. Okay, and the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so I do feel a sense of coming home, because both the cards came out in reverse, so I flipped them upright. So this change is happening within this week, within these couple of weeks, that the sense of coming home is making the twin flames a little bit nervous, and it's just because it's like if you've been on a long vacation, or if you've taken a trip or stayed at someone's place for a very, very long time, and then you're finally coming back to your place, finally coming back to your home, and you get that kind of feeling of excitement to finally get into your own bed, or finally be in your own kind of comfort zone, in your own environment. But there's a sense of fear there instead of love and acceptance and a calm. That's really interesting. Okay, so I'm picking up two things. First of all, there's a sense of this is mine. Both the twin flames are saying that, like, this person's mine, this life is mine, I claim it, and this is what's going to happen. I visualize it. I feel like some of you, both of you, the Divine Feminine and Divine Masculines, some of you may have gotten visions of what life would be like with your twin flame in the very near future, but it was kind of like very detailed or very specific, so you might be able to like pick out certain things from that vision that's like, wow, I could have never imagined that, or I never thought of that. Interesting. So it's coming up. It's coming up, these feelings of like, now that I saw it, it's mine. Now that I know what I can have, like, I'm holding on to it, like, knowing that this life is possible. Like, it's kind of like, when some, like, an idea strikes you, a passionate idea, and maybe a lot of you had this when you were younger, or maybe some of you had it much later, or when you were finally free to kind of take action on your passions, and you just felt that, like, that's what I need to do in my life. Like, that's mine. You saw someone do something in a field that you're really passionate about, and you just like, that's what I'm going to do in my life. Like, hands down, that's what I'm doing. Like, it's not, I think I'm going to do that. I know I'm going to do that, right? And it's just so powerful, this feeling and this knowing that it overcomes you. I feel like a lot of twin flames are feeling that, like the sense that, like, it's so real, that any doubts or fears that were kind of lingering or that just kind of popped up recently is like squashed, because this is completely like within your grasp now, and you know it. So it's kind of like the twin flames are kind of, I don't know, it's like revived this kind of knowing, the sense of like, this is a life I can have. I know it. It's here. It's kind of like the passion has been stirred up again. It's been kind of it's kind of been reborn. Wow. And the second thing I'm getting is that that a lot of twin flames are not going to take physical separation anymore. Like, I feel like a lot of twin flames are like, I dealt with physical separation for so long, or, you know, between the two of us, or my past relationships, or within like yourself, that you've been in physical separation for so long, or you've experienced it, or you kind of like, all right, that part of my life I've experienced. I've gained a lot of experience and lessons and knowledge, but I am not going to take physical separation anymore. I feel like both of you, the divine feminines and divine masculines, are so kind of like obsessive about this kind of physical union that's kind of like, it's mine. Like, I'm going to hold on to you so tightly that you're not going to be able to go anywhere. Like, we're going to find a place automatically right away, or we're going to like try to live in the same city, or live right next to each other, or move in together, or get into a relationship, or be exclusive right away, or, you know, once we start talking, I'm not gonna let go, I'm not gonna let up, you know. It's like, I feel like this kind of like, once I have this physical union with my twin flame, like, they're mine and I'm theirs, and I'm not gonna let go. Like, I'm feeling that, like, and that's how sure the twin flames are about that, this knowing that like this life is possible. Because I really strongly feel that the twin flames are like getting more than just daydreams or visions or dreams, like getting like a feeling of like actually being in your future body with your twin flame, like literally like smelling, tasting, seeing, and feeling the things that like are around you. Like, that's how real the vision is. Like, that's what I'm sensing a lot of twin flames are getting. Okay, so what is the divine masculine up to? Okay, wow. It's funny, the last week, the divine masculine's card fell on the union space, like it did again, the Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay, wow. Okay, so I'm getting a confirmation that the divine masculine is getting a lot of, nope, I'm just one. The divine masculine just got one. I feel like it was just recently, because I got this message literally right before I sat down for this reading. So I feel like for a lot of divine masculines, it's going to happen, like it just happened maybe a few days ago, 2 days ago, yesterday, or literally going to happen like today, tomorrow, 2-3 days from now. But like, I feel like they just got like shot with a vision, you know, the kind that I was talking about, where it feels like you're really there in your future life with your twin flame. And it's just like kind of, so it's kind of like, I feel like the twin flames kind of asked for something from the divine to finish this twin flame cycle, to come into union, to give you what you need to kind of push through, right, in this last bit. And I feel like the divine answered. I feel like spirit answered, and the divine masculine, I feel very strongly, just got this vision, or is just about to get this vision, or is getting the vision right now, and it's just like undeniable. But how can you explain something like that to someone that may not be open-minded to spiritual ideas? No, I'm not saying that you guys are. I know you guys are, but like I'm trying to think of like anyone who might come across this reading and that isn't maybe aware of what this feeling or sensation would be like. And so for some people, this is like something brand new, like it'll just hit you, it'll be something like you never experienced before. Or even if you're a veteran and you've been doing this kind of work for a long time, like it still gets you, you know. It's a feeling that you sometimes forget about. So oh wow, okay, so how's the divine masculine feeling about the divine feminine? Oh my goodness, the Empress card. This is my divine feminine card. Wow. Okay, so I'm getting that both of you have this download at the same time. It is given to both of you. It's directed down to both of you through the crown chakra, through your body, like third eye, heart chakra, everything. That's how powerful I'm getting this kind of download from the divine is. It was like meant that you both receive it at the same time. It's what makes them feel like nervous and a little bit stressed out, a little anxiety. Even if your twin flame isn't someone that feels too much anxiety or stress, or you know, doesn't sweat the small things, they are now, because I'm telling you, it's like an overwhelming feeling. It literally takes over your entire body, where you feel like nothing in life is right if I don't take this one action. Because that's how like real, that's how true this kind of vision is. It's kind of like, how do I even explain it? It's like, even if you're not claircognizant, like this deep knowing is so profound and so deep that it like touches your soul, your spirit, your soul. And it's like we're all intuitive, you know. You just have to practice your intuitive abilities and, you know, kind of strengthen your intuition. But this is something that hits you deep, and it's so powerful. Like literally, I just saw like a vision of like it coming down from the higher dimensions and just like splitting off and hitting both of your bodies. It's like that. Wow. And like, it's kind of one of those things, like, you know how something just like strikes you like so deeply that you just start like crying, and or you just start like welling up, or you just kind of like it just takes you aback for a second. Like that's how the divine masculine felt. It was just kind of like so many feelings at once that it was kind of overwhelming. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's take a break from that and look at the divine feminines. What is the divine feminine up to? The Page of Swords. Okay, the divine feminines are a little bit more lighthearted about this. We get the Ace of Swords, and then we get the Page of Swords. The divine feminines are definitely a little bit more, oh, okay, that happened, you know. It's like, I feel like divine feminines, I'm not going to say like used to feeling these things, because this was so powerful that like it's going to affect you too, divine feminine. But I feel like the divine feminine is just a little bit more kind of knowing and kind of more open-hearted and a little bit more accepting of these kind of messages from the divine, or these kinds of premonitions, I guess. That it's just kind of like more easygoing for the divine feminine. It's like, all right, that happens. Like, I get it. Like, that was powerful. That was awesome. I feel like the divine masculine might be thinking about me, or they might have just had this download as well, this vision as well. But the divine feminines, for you guys, it's more like daydreaming, like kind of like, oh, that was really nice. Like, I didn't picture my life that way, but it was really sweet. That was a lot of detail, or that was very specific. And that just definitely rejuvenated my hope, and my faith in this connection and the divine plan. So I feel like the divine feminines are more going with the flow with this, and like, cause I feel like you had those moments a lot already, divine feminines, like where you were kind of overwhelmed with so many feelings, like that you feel like that you feel them, that you love them, that you're overly excited, that you're overjoyed, that you're so happy, that you're full of energy and just like feeling ready to go, and just kind of overwhelmed, but at the same time feeling a little bit of that I missed you, I'm sadness, kind of heartbreak, you know? So it's like you feel all those emotions in one moment of feeling their energies very strongly. I feel like you felt that more, Divine Feminine, throughout this journey. And not that the Divine Masculine has not. They have, definitely, throughout this journey, here and there. But I feel like this one is one of those times where you feel all those emotions at once, and just kind of like, it just kind of stops you in your tracks, and you just kind of have to like feel it through, because it's just like so overwhelming. You had to like cry it out or laugh it out, you know. Sometimes people just laugh when they're overwhelmed with energies, or you know, just like have to do some sort of physical activity, or just like, you know, just break down and fall on the floor and just let whatever happen. Like I feel like just like fall on your bed and just kind of like process, like, because I feel like although you felt that more, Divine Feminines, because you've been kind of more in tune and connected to these energies throughout the connection, the Divine Masculines, although they have felt that here and there, maybe not as powerful, sometimes for some of you it was that powerful, but this was so powerful. It literally just kind of like they just had to fall into the emotions, because it was that overwhelming. Wow. Okay, how the Divine Feminines are feeling. The Devil card in reverse again. Oh my goodness, like last week, and like the Union face this reading. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that energy is continuing. All right, the Divine Feminines. We felt this last week, and where I mentioned that the Divine Feminines were being actively challenged with negative thoughts, with too many thoughts, and kind of having to practice quieting your mind. And I'm not like saying that you have to be a super uber positive person all the time, but you know, this, if there's a time to practice being positive, it is now, you know, keeping your vibes high, because this is it for a lot of twin flames. This is like the final push through. So I'm getting that Divine Feminines, although you were being actively challenged last week with negative thoughts, I feel like this week a little bit of that, but mostly I feel like it's going to be a lot of pleasant thoughts. I feel like you Divine Feminines are getting into that phase of not fearing what will happen to the connection if you think about your twin flame, if you send energy their way, if you send love their way, if you send them support, if you send them messages, if you send them telepathic messages, if you send them messages in your dream state or while you're meditating. Like that fear of like, will I mess up the connection? Will I mess up them coming to me in the physical if I do these things? That fear is subsiding. Now you know that nothing can touch this connection. Nothing can touch your twin flame connection. Go ahead, Divine Feminines. Send them sweet messages. Think about them. Daydream about them. Think about your life together. If there's a week to do it without it going awry, this is the week. All right, what's going on with the Divine Masculine thoughts? What's going on with the Divine Masculine thoughts? Okay, the Three of Wands in reverse. Okay, I feel like the reason the message for you, Divine Feminine, was to kind of go ahead, feel and think freely about your twin flame without fearing that you're obsessing over their thoughts or obsessing over the connection, or feeling like you might mess up the connection, feeling like you're giving them all this energy and they're going to take it and use it on a karmic or use it on whatever they want to accomplish in life, and then you're just giving away energy and they're just sucking it up. Like, I feel like the reason that the Divine Feminines I'm talking to right now are being told that it's okay, release that fear, daydream, think about your Divine Masculines, send them positive messages here and there, is because the Divine Masculines are thinking about some plans that didn't work out in the past between the two of you. And so as they're thinking about all the things that didn't work out in the past and that were kind of missed opportunities or things that you might have wanted for the connection, and they kind of completely ignored it, or they completely dismissed it, or they had other ideas, or if they wanted it their way, or they had other plans, or they had other plans and didn't tell you, or whatever it was, like they're thinking about that a lot. So as they're releasing all these kind of things that didn't happen, all the missed opportunities, which you could say is releasing negative energy, because it's kind of like that coulda, woulda, shoulda energy, that kind of fear of I missed out, or that kind of regret energy. You can say that the Divine Masculine is clearing that out, and you're replacing that right away, Divine Feminines, with new ideas and new visions and new plans. So I like how the twin flames are working in tandem that way with the current visualizations and clearing work. Wow. Because it's really coming to a head right now. So like whatever needs to be done, like you can see, like this is like active spiritual work. Like the work that's being done right now is for union to be integrated into physical reality. So you can see that like that so many are so close to union at this time. Some people are coming into union. I mean, like we have two very strong physical cards in the union space. Some people are coming to union or thinking about coming together physically, living in the same area, or moving in together, or making plans to do those things. Yeah, because like physical union is on the way for so many. And so for some people it's going to be like, hey, I meet you and we're together, yeah. But like for a lot of you, it's steps, it's baby steps. And some of the work happens right before you come into physical union. Things like moving closer together. If you've been in separation over long distances, or bringing that physical connection together in terms of, being able to message each other and call each other and FaceTime with each other way, way more, because that's what was missing in your physical connection. So whatever it is, a lot of twin flames are thinking about, planning, and doing these things to come into physical unions, taking the steps. And a lot of you are going to start seeing it before your physical union. You're going to see it while you're still in separation. And a lot of you are going to see how this is working up to a better physical union for you. Okay, so the Divine Feminines, thoughts towards the Divine Masculines. Wow, the 10 of Pentacles, and it fell on the Page of Swords. Yeah, the Divine Feminines, there we go. Didn't I say that you're dreaming of all the things that can work out and happen in between the two of you in your near future, in your far future, and in your life together? Like seriously, I feel like a lot of you are helping the connection by restoring some of these goals and dreams that were broken, that needed to be broken, that needed to be washed away, that needed to be cleared, which the Divine Masculine is doing a lot of. And if you see this as the Divine Masculine within you, that you're doing also, the old goals, the old visions, the old dreams, the old plans, and replacing them with the new one, which is why like the Divine gave you that beautiful download, is so you can upgrade your visions, upgrade what your physical life together what could be like, because it's way better than what you hoped and wish it could have been when you first met each other, right? Now you know what you want out of life and who you are, and kind of you can upgrade your goals now. You can upgrade your vision, your life together. You can definitely do that right now, and the Divine Feminines are definitely doing that. Okay, so what is going on in terms of the physical action space between the twin flames at this time? Oh wow, the Page of Swords again, right next to the Divine Feminine's Page of Swords, literally pointing at her. And the Magician card, which way? reverse. Okay, so I'm literally getting the divine feminine and divine masculine together are manifesting using your thoughts. And the energy behind these thoughts are very playful, very loving, very innocent, very pure, and just kind of letting it elevate your day, not bog it down, not being too, it's not obsessive, it's not heavy, it's not crying over your twin flame, it's not putting unrealistic, like, fairy tale expectations on your twin flame either. It's just the little things. Like, imagine taking portraits with your twin flames and what that energy would be like, and that fun. Maybe creating a family with your twin flame, having kids with them, or if you already have kids, combining your family of kids. If your kids are grown, or if you don't have any kids, like, having that family around you, your family, their family, or the community of friends that you have, having that outdoor backyard barbecue, or gathering everyone in your home and having those sweet moments, sharing stories and laughing, picking out specific details like the light, the ambience, people's smiles, the kind of food spread you're going to have, and just kind of like the atmosphere and the feeling of having those people around you, having your twin flame there and doing those sweet things with your twin flame. Just, pick a random time of the day and, like, what would you and your twin flame be doing at that time? Just something small, something, it doesn't have to be a big thing. You don't have to think about your wedding. You don't have to think about purchasing your new home or together. It's like maybe just having a coffee together. Maybe stopping by the side of the road and just taking in the scenery together. Maybe just sharing a laugh together and just capturing that moment of pure bliss when the two of you are so happy and sharing that moment together. So just like, it's definitely a good week to kind of visualize these things in a lighthearted way. Okay, is there anything out of balance this week? Might need some focus. Page of Pentacles, and it fell on the divine feminine side. So I feel like with the Page of Pentacles here and the 2 pages of swords here, I feel like in the steps of manifestation, it goes from swords to pentacles. So I feel like this is the last steps of manifestation. This is how it's going to come in. Okay, I just got an interesting thought here. Wow. Okay, so it's kind of like when you first met your twin flame, all the energy of coming into union was heavy, right? A lot of things happened in your life and in their life right before you came into union. And then it kind of lightened up right before you came into union. Maybe a few weeks, a few days before you came into physical union, things kind of lightened up, right? Things got a little bit more dreamy. Things got a little bit more fun and exciting. And I feel like that's what's happening for a lot of twin flames now, is that right before physical union, like, it was so heavy, right? It was so heavy earlier this year, end of last year, and even just got like lighter the last few months, but there were still kind of like big things going on, right? But I feel like right before you come into physical union, things are just gonna lighten up so much, and it's just gonna feel easy breezy. Like, I feel like a lot of people are expecting like heavy energies and so many signs of synchronicities and like crazy things happening in their life when the twin flame reunion happens. But I feel like it's just the opposite. Things were already heavy, and it's just gonna get so light right before the union happens. Okay, so as promised, I was going to explain why I've updated my spread. So the spread that I was using before kind of covered the time frame about 2 to 3 months, and I kind of pinpointed the energy. So now it covers around 2 to 3 weeks, and I was guided to do this. And the way I've done it is that I've tried to pinpoint the energies as much as I can, but without losing all the details that I know that you guys come to me for. So I hope you enjoyed that reading. I'm Mitali, reminding you to stay mostly in the moment, and I wish you so much love, light, and peace.